Kafka possibly being one of the strongest kaijus to have shown up is kind of crazy. What is up, y'all? For today's video, I'm gonna be reacting to an episode of Kaiju number 8. So in the last episode, everything was going swimmingly for a bunch of, the applicants who are trying to become part of the defense force, especially Kikoru, until a kaiju ends up showing up and ruining all of that. Gets to the point where Kafka has to, turn into a kaiju and save her. But not only that, he ends up showing Kikoru that he's a kaiju, which was actually pretty dang surprising. So I'm very excited to see how this next episode goes. But before I get started with the reaction, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. So with that being said, let's get started with the reaction and see what Kaiju number 8 has in store for us. Like, I'm sure he's gonna get points for like using his cleanup knowledge on how to handle kaijus. He has to get like some points for that, right? Even though him and Rito didn't take out any kaijus, they had to have gotten some points for that. Nah, he has to get in. He has to be with Mina. He has to get in. Did he do it? Did he get in? Did he get in? Did him and Ichikawa get in? Of course, these guys got in because, they were like, everyone knew about them. Oh, Ichikawa's here. But where's Kafka? Obviously, she got in, even though she got like obliterated by a kaiju. Where's Kafka? Did he not get in? Okay, he seems pretty chill. I thought he would be a complete D-bag, but he seems kind of chill. Unless this is all a ploy. What if Kafka did get accepted, but like he just woke up late or something to this like ceremony and everything? I can see that happening. Oh my lord, Mina. Oh my lord. I bet she was hoping to see Kafka there. She wanted to see Kafka there. I can bet you that. Yeah, where is he? Is he like, he had to have like, did he not pass? Or like, do people like, or like does somehow like the defense force find out that like Kafka is a kaiju, which highly doubted, but like, where is he? Where is he? Oh, Kafka passed. He passed. And he was just late. I knew it. He was just late. Wait, no, he failed? Wait. If he failed, then how did he get in? Oh, okay. Shinsho took him. Okay. So that's how he got in. Yeah, so like knowing the weaknesses and everything when he was doing his cleanup of the kaijus, right? After the defense force was taken down, that's what gave him points. That's what got him recognized to get into the defense force. Okay, there's that. Kafka's just funny. Oh, they're just one more step to being with each other again. So she had him sit out on the induction ceremony. I guess he just wanted to be there either way. Yeah, and Kafka had to save everyone. Kafka had to save everyone, especially Kikoru. Look at that. They're just one more step closer to becoming next to each other. Oh, woo, he just spoke out. He just spoke out. Oh, I love it. I love you, Kafka. He's like, oops, I did not. That was supposed to be an inner monologue. Oh, she's not going easy on him. She's not going easy on him just because they know each other. Oh, did we see that? Did we see that? She smiled. She smiled. She's happy that Kafka's there too. She is happy. I know that was a smile. I know that was a smile. Yep, she smiled. She smiled. She knew Kafka didn't mean to say that out loud, but she's glad that he did. Yeah, one of the strongest kaijus I've ever seen. Oh, is that another reason why he chose Kafka? Because the coincidences just like happened to align. When they got the reading that there was a 9.8 kaiju, and then there was someone's vitals that they weren't getting a reading on, and that had to have been Kafka. So not only is because he finds this guy, funny, but also cunning with his knowledge of how to take down kaijus after cleaning them up, but maybe he had like Kafka's on his radar that something is going on with him. Not only that, it wasn't only at 0, but it did increase to like a 0.1. Oh, they need to talk. They need to talk. How can you do it? How are you a kaiju? Why are you a kaiju? Like that cliche, meet me behind the school gym. Oh, goodness, Kafka, you really are old. I mean, wait, it has been a while. Technically, technically he ate, did he? Yeah. What, I don't know why I was remembering. Yeah, a kaiju forced itself into his esophagus and whatnot. That's how he became a kaiju. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't like they might not kill you, but they'll probably do like experiments on you and everything there to figure out what happened to you. Oh my god, look at, so yeah, they really cannot tell the defense force that he's part kaiju. Sometimes I forget that Kafka's an old guy. Well, he's not actually. No, wait, why did I say that? I'm almost his age. Oh, she's gonna murk him right away. Right away. But here's the thing, I feel like Hikaru might have a soft spot for him, so it might not be easy for her to do it if that actually happens. Okay, he's quick with it. He's quick with it. He's not doing half bad. Dang, so he's getting better each time. Oh, but he's quick with it too. Okay. So this I'm assuming Kafka has to do this too, right? And of course, Kikoru just like breaks their record like crazy. Like it was nothing. Man, the rivalries. And then there's Kafka who finished at 6 minutes. Oh my gosh. You had all those intense rivalries with all of them. And then we get Kafka finishing at 6 minutes and his power went up to 1%. Oh my god, what is he doing? What is he doing? I mean, you gotta give him props for at least increasing a little bit. Dang, he's kind of built. Kafka's kind of built a little bit. Okay, never mind. He got me there. He got me there for sure. I have a feeling I know this dude was built. This dude with no eyebrows, completely built. Oh, he's a former military officer. Makes sense. Oh goodness, Mina. Woo! So beautiful. So kind of similar to Kafka, you know, except for the fact that, you know, Kafka and her have been childhood friends and everything, and it was their dream to kind of like just get rid of the kaijus and everything. So okay, so Mina ended up inspiring all of them. So yeah, in a way, they all are kind of like Kafka, where like Mina inspired them to want to become part of the defense force and everything. He's in love with Mina, for one. Yeah, and they're childhood friends. Wow, they all envy him. They envy Kafka so much. Oh my gosh. They really envy this man. What do you mean she's like a squid? What are these boys talking about? Just talking about Mina. That's why they spend so much time just talking about Mina. So it seems like they're gonna have to do a whole bunch of training before they can actually go up against a real kaiju. But it seems like Kafka's he's like, what is it? You know, he's being really chill with all of them. He's getting along with all of them. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I like this little montage, you know, seeing like them training together, Kafka getting like, you know, getting along with it and everything, you know, they're just having fun, you know, while like preparing to actually take on a kaiju one day. Ooh, Kafka, that has to be Kafka. Yes, I knew it. I thought, yes, I was expecting him to do like his own kind of like secret training because like he needs to catch up to everyone. Was he listening? Yeah. So they recorded everything that they were talking about. It's kind of weird. Oh, he's even challenging the vice captain. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I want to fight alongside Mina. If that means taking your spot, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So he's like, you can try to go for my spot, but it's not gonna be easy. Ooh, why is he telling him not to be close with everyone else? Makes sense. That does make sense. Ooh, is this gonna be their first kaiju? This has to be their first kaiju, like, you know, hunt. I don't know if the hunt's the right word, but you know, it's their first mission, their first actual mission. Ooh, they're gonna do swimmingly. Well, most of them. Kafka, obviously, Kafka has he has work to do, right? But not gonna count him out just yet. Won't be counting him out just yet, because, you know, once he finds a spot where no one's gonna notice him, he can just turn into a kaiju and one-shot it like he's been doing throughout the series so far. But yeah, this episode, solid episode. I'll say that. this is a pretty solid episode. Got the test results for Reno and Kafka, you know, and it seemed like when we saw the induction ceremony, right? We don't see Kafka, but we saw everyone else. So now it's like it was looking like, yo, did Kafka actually not pass? Right? There's no way, right? Because, you know, they were starting the ceremony and everything. Kafka was still not there. Mina shows up because, you know, obviously she's the captain, so she has to show up and everything. And out of nowhere, Kafka just kind of, you know, he shows up because he was late, because he actually did get in as a cadet. And the only reason for that was because, what's his name? Mina's vice captain, she actually likes him. You know, he thought Kafka was funny, which was probably the biggest reason. But also the fact that Kafka managed to like take or find weaknesses of kaijus, because he spent his most of his career cleaning up kaijus. And also there's something about Kafka that he's not too sure of. You know, he was talking about how like when the second kaiju showed up, it had a 9.8, and once it showed up, there was someone's vitals weren't getting read. And so he's like, this seems a little too coincidental, right? So he's kind of keeping Kafka on his radar to kind of like see what's going on. And I love it during the ceremony when like Mina was giving her speech and everything about being, you know, their sword and shield and everything. And Kafka ends up blurting out that, you know, he's gonna, you know, fight alongside her or something like that. Vice Captain is laughing about it. You know, everyone's kind of shocked. You know, Kafka called her by her first name. You know, Mina's just like, you know what? You interrupted me, you disrespected me, drop and give me 100 push-ups. And as the vice captain was laughing, Mina was leaving, and you saw that she was smiling at it. She was smiling at what Kafka said, because, you know, obviously they're childhood best friends and everything. So she's glad that Kafka's there, and that, you know, she's happy to hear what Kafka had to say, how he's gonna, like, you know, be strong and fight alongside her. And then we have those moments where like Kafka and Reno were, you know, getting along with the other officers who became part of the defense force and everything. And it got to the point where, you know, they were asking like, oh, you know, what made you want to be part of the defense force? All of them, their reason for becoming part of the defense force was because of Mina, because Mina ended up saving them, or maybe from a documentary and everything. And then Kafka, he just lets it out that him and Mina are childhood best friends, and everyone wanted to hear their stories. Everyone wanted to hear everything about Mina from Kafka. And because of that, because they were in the hot tub, you know, they ended up collapsing, because again, they spent too long just talking about Mina. So yeah, we got like that little montage of them training, getting along with each other, you know, doing all this and that, right? And while everyone is sleeping, Kafka, you know, he has to work twice as hard, because, you know, he's the weakest one. So there's a possibility that he'll end up getting fired pretty early on. So he has to work twice as hard. So he's in, you know, the library studying and everything. And, you know, the vice captain shows up, you know, they start talking, you know, and he kind of feels threatened a little bit by Kafka, because he's like, you know, Kafka was talking about how he wants to fight alongside Mina. So he was like, oh, it kind of makes it sound like you're going after my position. And Kafka's like, at first Kafka was like, no, you know, I'm not doing that. But he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going after your position because I want to fight alongside, you know, Mina. And Vice Captain obviously was just like, okay, I'm not gonna let you do that, or whatever you say, you know. And then out of nowhere, they get an alarm. A kaiju has shown up, so now they're all getting ready for their first official mission. So I absolutely loved it. I especially love the fact that Mina just smiled at like Kafka while he was doing the push-ups, you know, because of what he said and everything. I think that was nice. That was really cute. I enjoy that a lot. And I think another cute moment was like just Kafka talking about Mina, since, you know, they are childhood friends. So like, because everyone wanted to know about her, you know, wanted to hear stories, it was just nice to kind of like, you know, get to see Kafka just talk a little bit about Mina. So yeah, it looks like the next episode is going to be their first mission as part of the defense force. So it's going to be interesting. Almost everyone is going to have, you know, they're going to perform pretty well. Kafka's just the only one that, you know, will struggle unless he finds a chance to, you know, turn into a kaiju and finish the job. So yeah, solid episode, but I pretty much got nothing else to say, so I'm going to end the video here. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for my other reactions, also for my discussion videos. So if you're into any of those, definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, you know, the whole thing. So with all that being said, again, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, see ya.